And I am just so glad to live in the Bay Area and to be here with all of you. And it's not only because of the Warriors, although I'm a huge Warriors fan, right? Go Warriors. And I want to thank the WorkSafe board for being sure this is not on a playoff night. Thank you very much, Doug. Thank you. And obviously because I get to work so closely with a lot of great friends and colleagues. And to have the family who supported me all along the way. And of course, I have to say thank you first to Robin, my wonderful wife. We met in medical school in our first year at Albert Einstein, and it was in the Max and Sadie Lounge, believe it or not. If you know anything about Einstein, you'd understand why it was called the Max and Sadie Lounge. And we met at a school dance. And for those of you who are in the younger generation, yes, it was a school dance, can you believe it? And after dating and moving in, Robin arranged for a visit to the Bay Area in our fourth year of medical school. And her mother, Shirley, connected me to the Mount Zion Tribes, which was the psychotherapist softball team at UCSF Mount Zion. And I played on that team, and it was pretty much all over from there. And if any of you had ever known Robin's mom, Shirley, if Shirley said something, you did it. And Shirley said, come to the Bay Area. And I came here, and I want to thank you, Robin, because you brought me here. And I don't think I'd be here without you actually standing here. And I want to thank you for bringing me to the Bay Area so I could be with all these wonderful people. I love you. And I want to also thank you for bringing me my two wonderful daughters, Emily and Kate, who, as a doctor and a nurse, they're off in New York and Montana working and couldn't be here today. So I thank you. So most of you know I wear two hats. I work at UCSF and the California Department of Public Health. I see patients and I do public health. Now, first, as a doctor, I've seen thousands of patients with work and environmental injuries and exposures. And I've really been blessed to learn about their struggles of working people and how they cope with their health problems. And I want to thank one very special person who I don't think gets the credit that she deserves, and that is Sylvia Rodriguez. And Sylvia, I guess, yeah. Sylvia is the face of my practice of occupational health, and if you want to call and you want to get in to see me or anyone else, you go through Sylvia, and she's just the most caring, compassionate person I could possibly imagine. She makes my Mondays and Thursdays go smoothly. When she needs me to do something, and Robin, pay attention, Sylvia wanders in and peeks her head behind the door and sort of sweetly says, Dr. Bob, you have to do this. And if Sylvia says it, I do it. And as I was thinking about my practice in Sylvia, I was thinking about all the patients I've had over the last 30 years. And there was one particular patient and family that really epitomized what it means to be a doctor. And tonight we have his family here, Shirley and her three lovely daughters, who surrounded my patient, Rosaldi Castro, with incredible love and caring over the 20 years that I took care of him and got to know him. Mr. Castro had an occupational disease from working with metal and silica dust, and he died last year. And Rosaldi for years would be our teaching case for students who were learning about occupational disease, and he'd always ask me when the next crop of students was coming. And he truly helped me become a better doctor with a much deeper understanding of why we need to work for better standards to protect workers and to renew my energy every day when I think about him for public policy. So Shirley, I want to just thank you and your three daughters for being here. So I know I have to be quick, but speaking of those students, we have a lot of students in the room. One of my passions has been the occupational health internship program, which was inspired by a generation of health professionals who were brought together with unions. And one of my guiding stars was a teacher of mine, Kaiser Edelsack, who was a teacher at Einstein who brought Tony Mazzocchi, a leading health and safety activist, into my class. And out of that experience of working with one of the OCAW locals, I founded with many people in this room, OHIP, the Occupational Health Internship Program. We've had over 300 students over 14 years. And many have become budding leaders, including one of our OHIP students, Mara Ortenberger, who's here, who's now on the OHIP staff. So thank you. And we also have in the room our largest UCSF occupational medicine class in history. We have 10 of our occupational medicine residents. And they are an incredible group, and they've taught me so much about medicine and more. So listen up, guys, okay? From talking to a widow in Mexico, to opera, to learning how to ski, to Montana carousels, to startups, to flying planes, to Indian American culture, to Nigerian weddings, to squirrels, and to Jeopardy. Okay, we pretty much talk about anything in life and so much more. So I'm incredibly proud of you all, and be nice to these guys because they're the next generation of doctors. So thank you. And all of my colleagues from the East Bay, my work family, I've worked with incredible, talented, dedicated scientists. Some of you who work with me at the Department of Public Health know me there as the Toxic Avenger. And I work with a team that has slain glycol ethers, N-hexane, diacetyl, and so many other chemicals. And lead and methylene chloride, watch out, because you are in my sights. And we are going to get you. So in these worrisome times in Washington, I think it's never more important that we continue that public health flame. So finally, let me say on November 9th, I walked into work, and I had to console a lot of my colleagues, including myself. And then I remembered my father, who was a progressive activist for 50 years, who with my mother would attend many rallies and vigils for peace. He used to stand out on the sidewalk in my hometown with a sign with about 4 people, and then for 2 hours, and then he'd go have a Danish and coffee. And I would say, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I honestly didn't know really what he was doing and why they would stand in the rain with a picket sign. But now really I think I get it. I finally get it. And I want to end with the words from a traditional Irish melody that comes from the American Miners Union in the 1860s. The American Miners Union was the first nationwide union for miners in the United States. Does anybody know what these lyrics are? Anybody guess yet? Okay. The song, David Harrington in the back, you're going to know this, David. You should. The song is sung by one of my favorite folk singers, John McCutcheon, who has said it's his favorite song. Thank you, Robin. Robin knew it. David? Step by step, okay? So for those of you who know the words, join in with me, okay? Because this is one of my favorite lyrics from song, okay? It goes, step by step, the longest march can be won, can be won. Many stone can form an arch, singly none, and by union what we will can be accomplished still. Drops of water turn the mill, singly none, singly none. So thanks again, and I look forward to working step by step with all of you in the days and months and years ahead. Thanks.